Welcome to your worst nightmare.
Hey guys, Aurora from Dawn to Dust Designs. Happy Halloween! It's right around the corner and I'm sure you guys are thrilled. Well, today we're at the Cellier, a restaurant in Marina Del Rey. It's actually a wine bar and restaurant. So today I'm going to go ahead and show you all the decorations that we have done for this huge Halloween party that the owner is throwing on October 30th and 31st. And she wanted the theme to be the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Like maybe there's some ideas here that you can also use for your own personal usage, maybe for next year, or if you have time this year to go ahead and do it. And it's a lot of it. We had a tight budget, but we were able to manage it all under the budget. Okay, so go ahead. Let's go ahead and check that. So here, this is the waiting area, and there's a scene in the movie where you see this amazing, scary-looking coffin, which you can see right here, and a American Gothic frame on the side of it. So I figured, since this was a green wall full of like astroturf, I figured let's just cover it up with black butcher paper, design some drapes, which by the way I had to go and get from downtown LA, and my brother helped me sew them. And we decided to go ahead and use that to frame this area so it looks like it's part of the living room. And this coffin is extremely special to me because since I had a tight budget, I was looking everywhere, especially on Craigslist, and I was able to find some free coffins on Craigslist. So by the time I was messaging them and trying to find out what was the best deal I could get, they ran out. So I had to go ahead and do my own. So what do you guys think? This big bad boy looks awesome, don't you think? So anyway, that's what that is. I made it out of cardboard. I had to paint it and tape it down to keep it together. Here in this area we have the American Gothic picture frame, and this one was very difficult to try and find. So what we ended up doing, since we also had a very tight budget, my brother was very gracious enough to have it printed from his job, and he helped me make the border of this frame, and we used paint to make it look like it's old and beat up. So over here in this area, this huge wall, we decided to just go ahead and put nothing but spider webs just to give it some interest, and also it gives you that feeling of it is very tall. I mean, we already obviously know it is, but the spider webs emphasizes the height even more so. Are you hungry? Care for some awesome brain and heart? So here, there was this scene in the movie where this guy named Eddie gets chopped off, like his whole body is chopped off, and he's got all these guts and stuff. So that's where this whole inspiration came from. And the blood, as you can see, looks very realistic. I used corn syrup and used some red food coloring and blue. A little mix of blue made it that darker texturized color. So I was able to create that, use some fake body parts, and here right next to it I have a fish tank that I got, where I got this doll and I mummified her so that it represents a part of the scene where the main character in the movie, he kind of creates his own son, and when he presents it to everybody, he's inside a fish tank, just like that. So I was trying to represent that. Obviously I can't do a human-sized version of it, so I just figured let's make it a smaller scale, and use a doll, because we don't want to put any humans, any real humans inside the tank. So that's how this whole area was inspired. Okay, so let's go ahead and walk over to this area. On here, by the way, you can see these really cool vases, okay? As you can see, there's a lot of red. Red is like the biggest color accent that we wanted to utilize. And don't tell anyone, but I used Corona bottles, okay, to make these. We just spray painted them with red spray paint, and voila, this is what you got. So over here, on this wall, we have that letter that Eddie, remember the guy I told you that was killed, and they used his body parts to want to feed the people. Well, anyway, there was a letter and there was a teddy bear that was stuck with it to let them know what had happened to him. And there was also a scene where we had, there was like a bookshelf of some sort in the living room where there was some white animal figurines, and I went ahead and made that display here since we don't have enough room to store up there where the wine bottles are located. Where you have the candles that hopefully they won't be lit because that can cause a lot of damage in case of a fire. Okay, and then over here we are going to display the movie using a movie projector, and this is the area where it's going to get done. Eventually this will be covered in white, either white paper or white fabric. I'm not sure exactly what the owner has in mind, but I went ahead and I framed it with some drapes so that again it gives it that idea of there's a performance going on. Let's go ahead and kind of move the curtain so that we can see the show. So that's what's going to happen there. And over here, this is a stage, or is representing a stage in the movie where they have a performance within the movie, and it's huge red drapes, and there's like a golden geometric, almost Greek-like motif. And I went ahead and did all this by myself, used a ton of glue and a lot of glitter. So as you can imagine, my space area, or work area, as you will, was completely covered in glitter, and all this took about 8 hours to complete. Just the glitter, adding the glitter alone. Right? Sewing the drapes is a whole other story. And then as we move closer, oh by the way, and this is going to be the area where they dance, because like I said, there's going to be a huge Halloween party, and they want the individuals that come that night to come and dance here in this area. So this is perfect. It gives them also a kind of like a hidden thing, like what's behind the drapery. But that gives, it's like a very focal point as well. And over here we have the kitchen area. And we wanted to make this like the butcher area where they cut the meat, and that's why we have the meat over there on that bar. And so we were able to create this, covering it with black butcher paper, use some Smil spray paint to give that illusion of it's frozen, it's cold in there, and some cute little icicles that are dangling, so it gives you that feel of it's supposed to be cold in there. And of course the blood that's splattered all over. So this area here is near the kitchen, and the inspiration for this one was the bedroom scene, and I used drapes. Again, I had a very tight budget, got these from downtown LA. It's almost like a sheer see-through fabric, and to give that silhouette effect I had to use cardboard, a massive box I had to cut down and shape out the body, and we're using red lights to give it that effect. So let me show you, just to give you an idea of what we've done. See? That's a cardboard box that I cut out. It took a long time to do. Anyway, hopefully you guys can use this idea for something, for some of your own project area. And as we move closer over to the bathroom, we just wanted to, again, give that illusion of blood has been splattered everywhere. So I found this really cool, almost soft cloth that has fake blood already printed on there. This is for the women's bathroom, and over here we have the guys' bathroom as well. Same representation with some drapes here on the side, made out of plastic bags, which is really cost effective and easy to do. We just pin them up here on the side to frame it and give it an illusion of, ooh, what's in there? Let's go check it out. Okay, so over here, I just covered the walls that are more like wooden beams that I covered with spider webs, and it was really easy to spread out because the wood has like little pieces that are kind of jagged, so it makes it very easy for the spider webs to just kind of stick there. I didn't have to use any staples or pins or tape or anything. so it helps a lot. And then over here on this side, we went ahead and did some huge, as you can see, lips. Part of the movie again, part of the inspiration. And again, we had such a tight budget that it was so much easier to get some black butcher paper, draw it out with a chalk, and just paint over it. It kind of has this little glossy look, and then obviously cut it out. And that's the best way to go ahead and do this. They don't sell these anywhere. I had to make them, and just to give it some interest as well, I did some 3 different ones, which you'll see right now. Some of them aren't part of the movie, because in the movie you just have the lips and then the guy's kind of moving his lips and you see his normal teeth, but this one is clearly missing a tooth. But we decided just to kind of have fun with it. And I covered this area where the wine is located with spider webs again, just to kind of give it that old look. Hopefully that will help the owner sell them, because they see that the older the wine is, the better it tastes. So hopefully that will let them know that, hey, that's supposed to be very old wine. Let's have some. And over here, this is the other one. Try and use the Dracula theme by making the fangs. And over here, the regular smile that was in the movie. That's what I was going for. And here, over here in the back, since there are spider webs right out on the windows, we decided to just cover them in black butcher paper so that the spider webs can stand out more and you see like a very good contrast of black and white. And we'll go ahead and just check out how it looks from the front, and we can see the final outcome on that. And over here, this is a really cool wall that's made out of wood beams. And again, I did the same concept as over there, so that when people come in right away, they can instantaneously see the spider webs. And they were very simple to put up. Again, the wood is kind of has a lot of little pieces that are sticking out, so that's what makes it stick very easily. Hopefully, people won't drag all those spider webs on their clothes as they're stepping out in case they get too close to the wall, because it's already happened to me. So let's come outside and see what the windows from the outside look like. So there you have it. This is what the outside looks like. It looks very dark. The idea is to have people who are walking down the street see that this whole thing is covered in black and there's spider webs. It brings curiosity, like what is going on in there? I want to know what's behind these windows. And I purposely left this window over here without any type of paper, because you can kind of get a nice little glance of the American Gothic culture inside and the coffin if you take a close look. And of course at night it's very lit from the lights that are coming from the inside out, so people will still be able to see that, and that will hopefully help create interest when people are walking and step inside and have a nice wine or even dinner. So hopefully this will help them with their business and help people come to the town. And my brother helped me make this sign. We just got a bunch of pieces of wood, we cut it, he nailed them on there, and I painted it white, and he helped me kind of make it look dirty, because there's a scene in the movie where they are about to enter this gigantic castle, and right outside their fence is a sign that says, "Enter at your own risk." Hope you've enjoyed the tour at the Cellier restaurant in Marina. If you're in the area, you should come and swing by and check it out. See you in the next video. Ciao!
Well, my name is Hill, and I own the Cellier, which is a French-Vietnamese restaurant wine bar in Marina Del Rey, California. Aurora Rodriguez answered an ad concerning set design for Rocket Horror Picture Show for my Halloween theme, and I had a limited budget and to make magic happen, and she delivered. people enjoyed was the painting and the bedroom. Those were the two things that people remembered. Well, Aurora Rodriguez is a talented girl, and she delivers and very impressively with a positive attitude always.
Thank you very much, Nick. Thank you.
Steve, one time I think I love you, but I see now we're too different inside to be soulmates. No more mistake now. Not with children so young.
Are you saying you want to divorce me? Is that what you're saying, Lee?
One thing I learned, Steve, in a marriage, there's no such thing as one person happy, one miserable, both miserable. That's the way life works.
Oh, no, baby. This is the way life works!
Oh, my God. No, please. Đúng tay mày! Mày chống mày! Con này, nước tao! Biết mày! Nước tao! Ai biết! Cái tao bằng! Ai biết! Sao thế này? Mày tao là mày! Mày bật ra! Mày giết mày! Cái đồ tội! Ai đi mày bỏ nước tao? Hả? Hả? Cái đồ bằng hồn! Cái đồ bằng hồn! Đi giết mày! Nó giết mày!
Mr. Montgomery, this is Detective McDuff, Lieutenant Washington, and District Attorney Robert Barton.
Morning.
Good morning. Call me.